Hello, this is Kate from dailytarotgirl.com, and this is your weekly oracle card reading. I'm using the Vintage Wisdom Oracle by Victoria Moseley for this reading. Okay, so I'm just going to start by cutting the deck, and I'm going to take 3 cards from the top this time. Okay, so my intention here is to just get kind of an overview, almost like a map of the week ahead. And there's my little kitty, like clockwork, showing up in my video. Okay, so the first card is going to represent Monday and Tuesday of the upcoming week. Okay, and we have we've got abundance for Monday, and Merlina's being a little bit silly here, so I think I'm gonna put her in another room. Yep. Come on, Merlina. Let's put you down. Sorry about that. Okay, so back to the drawing board. So Monday and Tuesday, we've got abundance. And abundance is, it's not necessarily about having a lot of stuff. It's more about a feeling, so feeling abundant. And you can feel abundant by noticing where you're abundant, so noticing, what kinds of things you have, but most of all, noticing what kinds of things you have in your life that you really, really enjoy. I think that's really the key to abundance, is like, what kinds of things are around you right now that you really, really, truly appreciate and get a lot of pleasure out of. So for me, it might be like, I have a really nice tea that I like to have in the morning. I feel lucky to be able to get that tea. It's really delicious. Oh God, my cat just climbed my back. Ugh. That didn't feel good. So it could be like a really nice tea. It could be something as simple as just having like really comfortable bedding. It could be good friends, like a job that you really enjoy. Even a TV show that you enjoy watching, but just noticing all the things, all the aspects in your life that you really enjoy and that bring a lot of pleasure to you. And when you start to notice those things, you can enjoy them even more. And the more you enjoy those things, I think the more pleasurable experiences you're going to attract into your life. And then moving on to the middle of the week, we have Union. Union, that's an interesting card. I'm getting a sense like it's got 2 meanings. So one meaning that I'm getting from that is a union with an aspect of yourself. So it could be like a union with your higher self, like a more spiritual, wise part of yourself. It could be union with someone else. So meeting someone who is very like-minded. Or not necessarily like-minded, but meeting someone who is almost like your opposite in that you complement each other. This could be a romantic partner, could be like a romantic pairing, it could be a friendship, it could be like a colleague, or coming together with someone to work on a particular project as well. Yeah. So there's definitely a sense of coming together, a meeting in the middle of the week. And then at the end of the week, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we've got balance. Nice. So we've got some nice cards here. So, and balance, the temperance card in the tarot deck kind of comes to mind when I see this card. But balance is actually really, really important. It's when things are out of balance that problems arise. So just think of like the physical body. Your physical body, in order to keep you alive, it has to maintain homeostasis, which is just like balance. It has to remain, balanced. As soon as things get out of whack, get out of balance, and I'm thinking of like gut flora, when your gut flora gets out of balance. So when you have too much of a certain kind, like you have too much candida, or you don't have enough of the good bacteria, so the bad bacteria can take over. That's when you start having all kinds of like digestive problems and bloating and stuff like that. And we really underestimate how important it is for our bodies to maintain balance. And in the same way, like our lives need to be balanced in order for us to feel fulfilled and to feel happy and to be thriving. There needs to be some kind of balance, and it doesn't have to be like a 50-50 balance. Like I think that's crazy to try to have that kind of balance with things like spending equal amounts of time on this and equal amounts of time on that. I don't think it's about that, but it's about finding the right ratios. So for me, getting at least 30 minutes of exercise a day is good. If I'm getting less than that, I feel like it's unbalanced. If I'm getting way more than that, like say 2 hours of exercise a day, for me that would be too much. So it's about, finding the right kind of ratios between things. And I think we all need a balance between, physical movement, physical exercise, creative expression, social, a social life, connection, romantic, sexual, being able to do work that's meaningful to us, so productivity and sleep, all those things. I think are all important aspects that we all need to feel really good and to thrive. Okay, so I'm going to step back and look at these cards together and just see if I'm noticing anything. I'm noticing a theme actually on the two cards on the end, abundance and balance. The women they're almost clutching their chests. Not clutching, but like it's a relaxed pose, but they have their hand kind of crossing, almost like in a protective way. It's either protective or, when people are talking and they'll touch their heart to emphasize that they feel deeply about something or they feel emotion. It's almost kind of like that. It could be protective or it could be like a body language thing. And then the card in the middle is the opposite. So she's sitting there with her chest almost kind of thrust upward and forward and her arms are back. And I feel like that is a real pose of simultaneous bravery and vulnerability. So it's like her heart is open, and when your heart is open, you're also vulnerable. So you have the capacity to experience more and to see the world through a different kind of lens when your heart is open, but at the same time, you do make yourself vulnerable. So I feel like the message there with that symbol is that towards the middle of the week, or not necessarily even the middle of the week, but when it comes to relationships, and I'm thinking of, the word union, when it comes to relationships with other people and the relationship you have with yourself, and perhaps your higher self or your spiritual self. When it comes to all those relationships, this week it's going to be important to open your heart. And it does mean that you're going to make yourself vulnerable. But open your heart a little bit and offer a part of yourself, be open. This isn't about letting people walk all over you or oversharing. You don't have to share everything. That's not what opening your heart means. It's about it's also about opening your mind. So just being open when it comes to relationships and communication, and just see where that leads you this week. And just looking to see if there's anything else jumping out at me. Nothing is jumping out at me, but please share if there's something jumping out at you, if there's a symbol that you feel is really speaking to you, or you're getting some kind of message with these cards, please feel free to share, because I love hearing everyone's interpretations. Okay, so that has been your weekly oracle card reading. My name is Kate. You can find out more about learning tarot and oracle cards on my website, dailytarotgirl.com. I've got all kinds of fun stuff on there. I've got free tarot card spreads, I've got video tutorials, exercises, quizzes, deck reviews, all kinds of stuff. Actually, there's a review of this deck on my website. Okay, so thank you so much for watching, and have a wonderful week.